Greetings and salutations, welcome to another Total War Warhammer guide. Today we are looking at some of the Chaos units the Beastmen use. So we're going to be starting off with the Chaos Spawn, where they're going to look at the War Hounds and the Poison War Hounds and the Chaos Giant. So there's very slight differences between the Chaos versions. We won't go through it because they're very, very similar. Like the Giant, for instance, lovely remodel. Top bearded. He's a handsome fella, isn't he? Oh, hello. Only a face a mother could love. Look at that. Let's not look at his genitals. He's slightly different from the Giants that the Chaos have, but the Empire have. It's very little. It's a tiny upgrade. So let's go through the stats of each unit, and then we'll discuss how we use them in battle. So first up, we have the 12 strong unit of Chaos Spawn. Look at the tongue on that. Jesus Christ, it's got a mind of its own. Right, so the Chaos Spawn, they're only very small units of 12. They're anti-infantry. They've got poison attacks. Now, poison attacks slow the enemy down. They also reduces their damage and reduce their vigor. So really, really good. They are unbreakable because look at them. They don't give a shit. They're just going to fight until they're dead. And they don't get a forest penalty. Hurrah! That's what everybody wanted. So they got 7,680 hit points, which is really good, but very little armor. Only 15 armor. They've got 100 leadership, which doesn't really matter. They're unbreakable. They've got decent speed of 42. They've got a melee attack of 28, but obviously with that poison, which is a bonus. So you can see the poison. If you just hover over most of these things in the game, they'll show you what it does. So as you can see, 22% less weapon damage is really, really good. They got melee defense of 25, which is not great. A weapon strength of 120, 40 of that is armor piercing, and a charge bonus of 30. Now they do cause fear, reducing the leadership of enemies nearby, and as we said before, they are unbreakable. Next up, we'll talk about exactly how we use them in battle shortly. Next up, you've got your Chaos Warhounds, very happy doggies. Come in units of 80. They're very, very quick. They've got Vanguard deployment, which we all love, meaning we can deploy much closer to the enemy or around the back, around the flanks, whatever you want to do. They've got scaly skin, giving them, I think it's 15% missile resistance, which is really good, especially when we go into talk about how we use them. But they are weak against armor. They're not armor piercing. They don't bite through metal. They're not that strong. So let's have a look at them. 5,120 hit points, armor of 15, leadership 38, which is horrifically bad. We're talking goblin levels of bad people. But they've got a ridiculous speed of 93. Melee attack of 26. Melee defense of 17. A weapon strength of 22. 2 of that is armor piercing, so that's why you don't send them against anything that's remotely armored. And a charge bonus of 18. So as we said, missile resistance of that scaly skin. They've got Vanguard deployment, and they can hide in forests. So the next up is the poison version. I think they're pretty much identical apart from the poison. Yep, just flicking across. It's all exactly the same. And then we have this big handsome fella. His name is Bob. He is my Chaos Giant. So, armor piercing. He's anti-infantry. He causes terror because look at the fucking size of him. And he's got no forest penalty. He loves a bit of tree. So, he loves wood. Okay, moving on. He's also a siege attacker, which is really useful if you're in siege attacks and you haven't got time to build up the battering rams and stuff like that. He can actually go straight after the castle gates on his own. He causes fear and terror. Lovely jubbly. So, let's go kill some poor Empire troops, shall we? What we'll do is we'll just, as a bit of fun, we'll send them in one unit at a time while we talk about them. So first up, we're going to talk about the Chaos Warhounds. So they're a pretty cheap unit. They're ridiculously quick. That's not even a word. Ridiculously quick. The leadership is the problem, so they cannot stay in a prolonged fight. Let's just charge them in like maniacs, shall we? We'll do one unit each. See how much damage they can do. So the way you'd use these guys is, because they've got that Vanguard deployment, because they're super quick and they can hide in forests, these guys are perfect for going after missile troops and artillery pieces. And the reason being is that they have that missile defense, so while they're charging in, they can take a few shots without too much trouble. But then, generally speaking, apart from if you like dwarfs, there we go, smash into them, boys. We'll see. They won't do much damage because they're just not going to survive at all in that fight. So you'd go after missile troops because generally they are very lightly armoured. You can actually crush a unit with the unit of War Hounds. You can also artillery crews. And also if the army's not heavy missile troops and you're looking for use, they're still decent as flank chargers and going in around the back, even of heavily armoured troops, because you're just looking for that morale hit more than anything. So as you can see, they're hanging on in there. They've done a fair bit of damage, really. The one-on-one fight is actually going slightly in our favour, but the other group, the poison guys, are doing wonders. Obviously, if you can get poison ones, you might as well just get poison ones. They're obviously a little bit more expensive, but for that added benefit and stuff, it's really useful. And also, if you running out of uses for them in a battle, they haven't got any missile troops, there's no good attacks, you can use them just as... If their enemy's got like pistoliers and stuff like that, we're probably going to lose this unit now as well because we're going to get flank charged. But you can go after... You can just become like a decoy unit. You can run about having chariots and pistoliers chasing you because you've got that high movement. Just mess about. Just run about the battlefield. So the poison guys did one-on-one absolutely brilliantly. They would have taken that guy down. Next up to the plate, it's the giant. Where is he? Come on, son. Get a shift on. Quite a few survived, even though they were in that big fight. Although their combat effectiveness is somewhat lacking now. Right, next up, it's Giant. Giant's got a leadership of 105, so he's going to stay in a fight a bit longer. Come on, Giant. Go get him. Let's speed it up a bit so we can get him in the fight. He's not the quickest. He waddles a bit, to be fair. Imagine if you're those swordsmen, you'd be like, fuck it, run. Just run. Right, let's get a good angle on the charge. I say charge, it's more of a lumbering lollop. And smash. The blood and gore mode is fantastic when you've it's fantastic when you've got these guys. So the way you'd use your giants, well, they are just a massive tank, and I like to have them central, front and centre of my big army line where you've got your Ungors and your Gors backing you up, so make sure that he's not getting too surrounded, because even though he's a big fella and he's got 10,000 hit points, he's still... I didn't even go through his stats, did I? I'm such a pleb. Sorry about that, boys. 30 armour, a ton of leadership, speed very slow, attack is 80, which is amazing, defence is not so much, 530 damage, 400 armour piercing, and a charge bonus of 50. I completely blanked. So as you can see, this guy can go after pretty much anyone, because although you look at the weapon strength and you go, well, it's all about going after armour. Well, 130 normal is pretty good, plus the fact he does massive splash damage. So just don't be afraid of getting him stuck into anything. And I'd keep him with my main army. He is going to be the main killer. He's going to finish the battle with 60 billion kills type thing. Just keep a couple of units of Gors around him just to make sure he doesn't get too flanked and overwhelmed or attacked by a hero that might have some special skills or magic and stuff like that. That's what obviously you've got to be wary about. But as you can see, even though he's destroying these guys, he's just about to eat one, isn't he? Yeah. There he is. Yeah, head's come off. There's a lot of body parts here. But just keep him so he doesn't get mobbed on his own. This is not what you want. He will eventually get whittled down. Obviously, the computer's playing like a lemon because his hero's just like, fuck that, I'm not going in. So let's send the Chaos Spawns. So again, Chaos Spawns act slightly differently with their poison, and they've got decent speed. Is that I like to... You can use them on the front line as part of your main battle line. That would make it a much stronger line with units of Chaos Spawn, units of a giant or two. Here we go. Here's the charge. Oh, they're going to lick you to death. Oh, yeah. This army is about to rout, I'm pretty sure. Send in the hounds against the hero, because that'll be the worst decision ever. Don't do this, people. Right, so Giant's having a whale of a time, as are the Chaos Spawns. So like I said, you can use them as part of your front line, along with the Giant, just to make it extra strong and be that army that beats them just on frontal combat. But I like to sort of, me personally, I like to keep they're only a small unit and they're quite manoeuvrable, so I like to keep them just on the flank, wait until the sort of main units of join together in battle, and then send in the Chaos Spawn from the side, because they are ridiculously powerful. They've got that fear bonus, which helps with that morale when you charge in with the flank charges. it absolutely does wonders. They're heroes. The heroes. Anybody seen? He's in there somewhere, and there he is. There he is. We found him, lad. All his troops are like, "Fuck you, I'm out of here." Yeah, he's gonna die soon. I think morale is gonna. There, he's about to run away. Oh, he's just been smacked by the giant. He's down there somewhere, boys. There you go, guys. There's my mini little guide to those units. I really do enjoy them. They're all 3 types have their use, or 4 or 3 even, with the poison. They all have their use. None of those are pretty sort of useless units that you would just never use, or only use in specific army. I think they can both go. If you're going for a much more hit and run style, which is the Beastman's way, then you might not want to take giants, just because they're very slow and lolloping. If you want to speed around the battle and attack it from all sides and stuff like that, then you might not want to do that. But it's good to have a couple of units that can win a fight straight out. They don't have to sort of wait for you know, sort of flank charges and rear charges and stuff like that. Oh look, the poor blokes, they're going back into the fight. Fair play to them. Right, we'll leave the carnage there as everybody runs away again. There we go, victory. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the place. We're going to be doing all the new units coming out in the new DLC, which is a week away, I think. So go and join that and check out all the other. I've got playlists for every army and every unit. Go check it out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.